What's up you guys, it is Brad here, and today in this video I'm going to be giving you all a full tour of my custom Lego collection. These are all the things like custom Lego minifigures, custom printed parts, custom molded parts, custom sets, and so much more. I store all of these custom items around my Lego room here, and although I apologize for the mess, all of my customs are actually pretty organized right now, so that's why I'm excited to show you guys them. So first up, let's take a look at all of my custom Lego minifigures. So a huge majority of my custom Lego collection is actually hanging on this wall right here. These are all the custom minifigures from several different vendors here. You can see the top row basically is a lot of just Brick Loop minifigures. All of these are custom printed, which are really exciting. So huge variety of different ones down there. How I hold them up is pretty janky. It's just a string with a bunch of clothespins, but it does the job and it honestly works out pretty well. So I'm happy with how that looks, and I like the fact that they're all in the clamshell cases so you can see each individual minifigure. Down here I've got some minifigures from a bunch of other vendors here as well. These ones are a whole bunch of miscellaneous, but I've got everything from minifigs.com to Citizen Brick and United Bricks and Eclipse Graphics, Brickmania, and so much more. You can see there are so many different ones here, and again, I love how all of these are in clamshell so you can really see each individual figure there. I picked up a lot of these recently over the years, so excited to be adding them, of course, to my Lego collection. A couple ones here that didn't actually come with the clamshell minifigures, I just put in the old build a minifigure cases right here, so I thought those would be pretty cool. And then I've got a few other ones from minifigures.com down at the end here, and because this is kind of all the space I have for custom Lego minifigures, these are changing quite often. I'm often switching them out anytime I get a new custom minifigure or something like that. Actually, right down below here above my desk, I also do have a bunch of other custom Lego minifigures. These are actually all the other ones that didn't come with a clamshell case or something like that, so I just put them on display right here. But I've got a bunch of different ones from several different vendors right here. A lot of Eclipse Graphics ones down here, like the Beyond the Brick one, Toronto Maple Leafs, the Zombie Lego Store employee, and a couple military ones. I've got some other military ones down here, Chris Hatfield, Barack and Michelle Obama, as well as Queen Elizabeth. I also have some custom clones right here for my friend Micah, and then we've got the old Kevin Hinkle minifigure. This is a custom minifigure, but it's also kind of official. It's one of those gray area ones. And then I've got Mario and Luigi here. I've got all of these custom printed Blocks tiles and a Blocks minifigure there, and then I've got some Citizen Brick parts down here. These aren't really custom minifigs, of course, but there are some parts and other ones from Eclipse Graphics there, and just some other random minifigure accessories and minifigure parts here, which are really cool. And of course, while there is a lot of Lego minifigures right over here, I've actually got more in storage over here. So unfortunately, I just have too many minifigures in my collection to have them all on the wall here, so I have a bunch of other custom minifigures in their clamshell cases in this bin of just miscellaneous Lego sets. So these are kind of, I've got to find a better place for all these to go once they no longer fit on the wall, but I do have some there. This drawer isn't really custom, but it is kind of fun. These are all like the paperworks that I get at Lego conventions. So these are like stickers and business cards and pamphlets and even extra bricks from my friends, like just things I have duplicates of, which are really awesome. I've also got a lot of other custom things over in these drawers here. So for starters, in this top drawer is just a bunch of miscellaneous things. I think these are a lot of other duplicate things that I've got from Lego conventions over the years, like brick badges, the very first paper Lego bag that I ever opened up, a bunch of stickers and other things from Lego conventions, a couple custom weapons. I believe these are brick arms and just never fit into my book, and then just some miscellaneous other things here as well, like Lego soap, for example. Honestly, I don't know why I haven't put those in my Lego guest bathroom yet. That's kind of funny. So down in this drawer right here, I do have a bunch of other brick loot things. So a lot of these are actually custom Lego minifigures that they have assembled there, which are pretty cool. And there's also some other things from just like members of the community, also some custom printed parts and other, accessories. Some of these are Lego parts and others are like third-party ones from Brick Loot and stuff like that, but lots of cool things there, and some more minifigures you can see down here, some other custom printed parts. I have no idea what's in. Oh yes, we've got some custom Lego bracelets right here, some custom Lego tape, all of the light covers that I can't use in this Lego room because it's a different light switch, some base plates, some knockoff Lego minifigures, and some more Lego things from the community. And then this drawer right here is my Lego kitchen supplies. So I've got these like custom Lego cookie cutters here, as well as all these ice cube trays. Beside that, I've actually got these two binders, which are really cool right here. These actually contain a bunch of my custom Lego items. So in these two binders here, I've got a variety of different custom items. So this one right here on top is my Brick Arms folder. Brick Arms is obviously a super popular third-party customs company, and you can see they've got a lot of weapons in it. It's hard to see with the glare here, but what I've done here is I put them in these trading card slots, which I think are really cool, put them in little baggies, and then tried my best to label all of them. I put these like little pieces of white paper behind it as well, just to make it a little bit easier easier to see. As I said, I know it's a bit difficult to see on camera because of the light glare, but I have included all of these weapons here. I've got several pages of the different weapons, and like I've said, I've tried to label all of them and just make it easy for them to find. And so you can see there's just a huge variety. If I've used the weapon somewhere else here in my Lego collection, I put this little blue piece of paper in it just to kind of say where the weapon is, but you can see so many different weapons here. I've actually got an Excel spreadsheet of everything as well, just because when I'm at a Lego convention and stuff like that, sometimes it's hard to figure out if I've already got the weapon or something like that and I don't want to come home and buy it again. But then I've got some here, like these custom printed ones as well. There's like some chrome ones. There's also ones that have a couple different colors in it and just like random colors here as well. So huge variety of all these weapons here. I just love taking a look at them, and I don't use them nearly as much as I should in mocks and stuff like that, just because I don't do a lot of weapons, but it's still really cool to have, you know, such an extensive brick arms collection, and I really like how I've organized them. And in this binder right here, this is actually the first binder I ever had for Lego Customs. All my brick arms and stuff all my customs actually used to fit in here, so it's crazy how much I've expanded that over the last little bit. There are some empty containers right here just because I have moved so many of them into the storage, which I'll show you in a little bit. But this is the old brick arms folder. Here I've got all of these brick forge weapons as well, a couple different ones like the really cool guitar and then a potion bottle. Here I've got some extra, or I almost said X39 Brick Customs. No, it's Brick Tactical now, but this was the first weapon I ever bought from him, and I think I paid like $6 back in the day, but it was so worth it. A couple random ones, his old Minecraft tool, a prototype of his Minecraft tool, and a couple other of these weapons as well. I love his. You can see he's got X39 printed on it. He's done a really cool job on all the prints there. I had all my Eclipse graphics in here as well, but like I said, I moved them. I'll show you them a little bit later, but I still have all of the Brick Warriors right here, all of their custom accessories and some weapons as well. I've got Brick TW and Clone Army Customs, and some of these aren't really around anymore, but they're still pretty cool. And the Clone Army Customs helmet, and that one is pretty cool there. I don't think that's from either. Custom Bricks and Jealous Panda. These are all capes and stuff like that from a Canadian vendor. I think the custom brick ones are now in the spot where I'm going to show you a little bit later. But then I've also got some trading cards here, some other fabric pieces. These ones are from the Brick Builders monthly subscription box, I believe. And then these ones down here are the Studs trading cards. So they don't really do a lot of trading cards anymore, but some pretty cool Lego artists that are still around today, which are pretty cool on the first series right here. I actually met Alice Finch last year for the very first time, and I got super hyped when I met her just because she's been such a Lego celebrity for so long. But yeah, it's cool to see how many cool Lego builders there are still here. And then what's not included in those binders there is actually stored in these containers right here. So right up top here, I do have a bunch of custom Lego parts and printed accessories and things like that. So in this drawer right here, I have a bunch of Lego minifigure torsos. I've got everything from like campaign ones to Classic Space Canadian there. I've got like a bunch of Gucci ones right here, which are pretty cool, and ugly Christmas sweaters, which are neat. Over here, I have a bunch of Lego games. So these are like, you know, minifigure custom prints of Lego games. So I've got everything from like Lego sets down here, like M&Rs, custom Lego set tiles right there. The Brick-a-Sketch, Uno, cards. This is Skip-Bo, or some kind of card game I play with my parents and my grandparents. And then of course over here, I've got a bunch of other like random signs and Lego custom printed accessories. Here are more signs. I've got like the Billund and the Scarabäck tiles right here, made in Canada, some Classic Space, some patented bricks, other random signs like goats things here, Fabuland, warning signs, bathrooms. Here I've got all my crazy brick arms and minifigure legs, and here are some other signs and things that I could put in, you know, windows, you know, stained glass right here, Christmas tiles, and a couple more random things. All of these are really cool, again, from various different vendors here. Down below that in this drawer, I really like how this one looks because this is how I've kind of laid out all my custom parts. So these are the ones that I don't keep in the binders anymore because I want to be able to build with them a little bit more in my Lego city. Like that's my goal later this year, is to, you know, incorporate a lot more of these parts into the city. So I wanted to be able to see them better. So I've laid them all out right here, but I've got everything from like the Canadian money, games and iPhones, the presidential seal, craft dinner, x-rays, credit cards, and yeah, there's so much more here, which are really cool. Phones, a lot of Eclipse graphics, a lot of Citizen Brick. We've got some like crazy bricks and just a bunch of random minifigure brands and stuff like that that make cool pieces. And then below that, I've got a couple more down here. You can see I've had to start another one, but I've got some food and some SWAT torsos and stuff like that, which are cool. And then down below that, I've also, this is my more recent one. I talked about this in a recent sorting vlog, but I have to fill this one up a little more. But these are like my Lego drinks. So I've got a couple custom printed bottles right here. We've got the decanter glasses, and then these ones are all glasses that actually have some like liquid in them. These are all just the random glasses that are pretty cool, and every time I go to a convention I buy a couple of them because like eventually I want to make sure all my bars and restaurants in the Lego city are like stocked with these glasses because they're much cooler than the Lego ones. I've got some miscellaneous citizen brick parts right here, the citizen brick swimmers in every color, and then some more filled drinks that aren't alcoholic based, and then got a bunch of random tiles up there, and then I've got some Brickmania tiles right here that I want to use in a future Lego MOC. Of course, as I said, I do want to use more of these in my Lego city in the future, and it's kind of convenient because they're located right there, and that is definitely my plan for a little bit later on in the year, is to fill it with more customs. Of course, these back shelves are also littered with a couple custom Lego sets. Like down here, I've got some Lego sets from my friends over at a couple of Brickheads. They're Box of Boys, and you can see these ones are like custom here. A lot of them have custom prints, and those are just pretty special things to me. Up here, I've got all my Brick Loot sets, so of course these are all custom Lego sets here as well. And then, as I said, just kind of scattered throughout here are some more custom things I picked up over the years. There's actually a lot of other custom things over here as well. Like these are my Lego convention shelves, so they've got a ton of different custom products on it. A lot of these aren't necessarily things, you know, from Lego vendors maybe, but like here, for example, these are a lot of custom Lego sets that I've got at Lego conventions over the years. Like that is one I purchased at Brick Universe. That's the Brick Universe kit there. We've got things from like Philly Brick Fest, Bricks in the Six, Brick Fete, which is a convention that's no longer around anymore, and a couple other things. Of course, my Lego convention badges, there are a lot of custom bricks on them. We've got like custom torsos down here, like the Bricks and Minifigs Kitchener-Waterloo, and some other bricks and minifigs as well, and you can see a bunch of other things. We've got some, you know, official Lego molds that have had some custom print added to them. These are all the community tiles I've got from Lego friends over the years at these Lego conventions. The frickin' brick torso right here, and a couple other really cool things. But then I've got all of these custom minifigures up here. These are ones that I've either made myself or are from a Lego convention. And then you can see over here on this shelf as well, I got a few more other custom sets like the Scarebic one, as well as a bunch of other, you know, minifigures from my friends. Some of these are custom printed, some of these are just official Lego parts, and some more community tiles down there. So as you guys can see, I've got a pretty extensive collection of custom Lego products here in my Lego room, and honestly, I'm probably even forgetting some. For me, as much as I call myself a Lego purist, I've, you know, started to experiment more with the alternate brick brands, but one thing that I've always said to me counts as Lego are these custom Lego elements. And the reason I say that is because I think these brands and these people make these products in a way to complement Lego products. You know, when you custom print on a Lego element or you custom print on a Lego minifigure, to me that is these brands making things that Lego doesn't make. They're elevating the product and they're making my experience with the Lego hobby better. So that's why I love buying these custom Lego products and supporting these brands, because they're making products that Lego doesn't actually have, and it helps me elevate my Lego collection and helps me elevate my experience in the Lego collecting hobby, and I think it's totally worth it. That's why I love going to these Lego conventions and buying as many of these products as I can, because it's really hard to get them, you know, here to Canada. Shipping is expensive, so when I go to the US and I go to a Lego convention, I'm able to buy these products and, you know, like save the shipping and kind of pick from this vendor, pick from that vendor, and get as much as I want. So every time I go to a Lego convention, I pretty much stock up and buy a bunch of these. So that's why I'm really excited to have them all here in my Lego collection. As I said, a goal of mine though is definitely to start using them more, because it's great to have them here in my collection and, you know, look around my Lego room and be really happy about how it looks, but it's another thing to actually use them. So that is my goal. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching today's tour of all of my custom Lego products here on my channel. If you guys want to see a little bit more of these, or maybe see in more detail any of the products, how I use them, or anything like that, just let me know down in the comments below. I used to make a lot more videos like this way back when, just like random, can't pick up the camera and make a tour like this, but I feel like I haven't done it in a while, so I'm interested to see what you guys think of it. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. Of course, if you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and of course subscribe, and I will see you guys here in the next video.